Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to continue with our learning journey, sales and distribution, configure delivering process, exercise 4. Create a new shipping point for delivery processes. So from the last couple of exercises, we have already got familiar with the delivery document, or specifically the about delivery. We display it and later on have create, pick and postcode issue for them. This time we are going to go a little bit deeper into the customizing to create a new shipping point for our outbound delivery later on. So for anyone who is new, my name is Anh, a junior SAP consultant. I'm learning myself different logistic modules inside SAP S for HANA private cloud and want to share with you guys my learning journey. Hope that you might find something helpful for your projects or day-to-day operations. So without further saying, let's get into it. We have a business example of a shipping point that 015 is responsible for the standard shipping operations. It is already defined in the training system. However, a new shipping point is required for the express goods. So we now need to define it, and for this reason, we need to know how to create a new shipping point. The first task is that we need to identify the role of the shipping point. What is the role of the shipping point? The role of a shipping point, I think to create an outbound delivery, we always need a shipping point. For example, I'm not sure if I still have my sales order here. No. Maybe we take the outbound delivery from the last exercise where we have created it. Did I not save it? Yes, I have forgot to save the our answer for the last exercise, but never mind. This could be no issues. Oh, do you know what? We can actually do it by searching this customer reference. Yes, if I go in via 03 and search for the customer reference, yes, this is our sales order. Let's post it in the chat. Yeah, sorry, post it in the PDF sheet that we have here, so we don't lose it anymore. So it's my sales order number. And as you can see in the sales order, we have also a delivery. And when I go to the header, go to shipment, this should be created from the shipping point or processed by the shipping point Z15. How do we do that? Normally, when we create an outbound delivery, for example, the sales order, we go to the transaction VL01 and to create the outbound delivery from the sales order, we always need a shipping point to be able to create an outbound delivery. So shipping point is always needed for the outbound delivery creation. And to which plan is the shipping point assigned to? To do that, we might need to have a look into the customizing. We go to SPRO, the customizing, and go into a reference IMG. Here we go to look into the enterprise structure because we are looking for the assignment from a shipping point to a particular plant. They should belong to enterprise structure. Assignment, logistic execution, because even though we are learning in sales and distribution, mainly the sales and distribution is about sales organization, distribution channel, division, all the sales area, etc. But once we have created an outbound delivery, it actually belongs to LE, logistic execution. And here, as said, we have the last point, assign shipping point to planned. If I click on it, as you can see, we have different assignments between plan and shipping point. For example, in the plan 0001, we have an 0001 shipping point. So on for 003 and plan 1010, our private plan in Hamburg. So I do believe that our shipping point is also available here in plan 1010 Hamburg. If I scroll down, we have also plan Berlin 1020, where we have 1010, 101R shipping point. In Frankfurt, we again have the shipping point 015. So different plans which had this this assignment. I think we will have a lot of entries to go through. Even 1467. Seems like every plan have all this assignment. Even Paris, they also have this shipping point. Yes, so let us first assign it here, plan 1010, plan 1030. But I think plan 1010 in Hamburg is already sufficient for this case. What happened now is I want to quickly check how many plans and which one are those are we having for this shipping point Z015. There's a table called TVSWZ Z, which is a table of the assignment from shipping point per plant, where we have client plan shipping point. If I run it, we have at least 5 entries, I think, due to the maximum limit, but we could have more. So every plan and its shipping point is listed here on the table. If I now filter only for our shipping point, execute, we have in total 204 assignments between plan and shipping point. So the shipping point is used by not only the plan 1010, but the other 203 different plans inside this system, mainly in France, but yeah, and a lot more. But okay, that is not our concern for now. This is a plan 1010 in Hamburg, which is sufficient for our assignment of shipping point. Alright, what happened now with task 2? Set up a new shipping point for the processing of express good deliveries. Setting up a new shipping point, and it should be near the shipping point Z015. In your system, create the shipping point with the key Y015 by copying the existing point. We need to use the shipping point function for shipping point instead of define shipping point function. When we use the copy shipping point function, the dependent tables are automatically maintained by the system as well. Alright, so this is probably a hint or really good tip when customizing the project for the customer. If we have a rollout already for some shipping point in any market, if they probably have the same structure, we will normally just copy the shipping point instead of building it from scratch. Secondly, we need to change description of the shipping point to express shipment in Hamburg, and maintain the address screen for the shipping point that we have defined. And we need to probably assign it to the plan 1010 in Hamburg, which is responsible for standard shipping process. Alright, then let's have a look. So we come back again to SPRO, customizing. This time I don't look into the enterprise structure anymore because do we have it? We have assignment, but we also have definition, right? And if I look into the logistic execution, we have maintain, loading point, copy, delete, and check shipping point, define shipping point. So as a tip from the exercise, they said that we should copy the shipping point instead of defining them. So let's click on copy. All right. So here we have a different thing: display and change, copy organization object, replace, delete. What is that here? Check. Yeah, check the 1015. On foreign key dependency are correct. So just in check functionality, I could say business object, interface, key field, attributes, shipping point description, address, agents, method. We have a lot of method here for the shipping points, such as existing check, create, edit, display, delete, get related objects. So I think these are all technical stuff that we have over here. We have all the online menu, IMG activity, organization structure, navigation, and so we have shipping point, all objects. These are all the objects that we got. And to the Z15, it belongs to a lot of plans. As said, I think 204 plans, which to which this shipping point is assigned to. So yes, coming back to our exercise, we need to copy the organizational object from shipping point ZO15 to YO15. Let's copy it. In this function, both the number range intervals and the addresses are linked to the automatic recording or to the customizing change. This means the existing number range intervals and addresses for this organization unit may be handled and transported automatically. This may cause error in connection with transport when the number range and address number in the target system are already used. Please note the information that you get when importing the number range intervals for this organization unit into the target system. If required, maintain the organizational unit address manually. Alright, so we need to maintain the address data from the shipping point manually, but the number range, we probably maintain it via customizing and always transported it to higher system. I think it is a little bit complex and more complicated for us at this stage of the learning journey. But yes, I think if I done this course and someone still have a question about this, we can have a look into it, maybe with a new video where I explain this, but for now we just skip it and use it as it is. Do you want to transport the number range? Yes, of course. Transport request, this is interesting. I don't have any transport request by myself. So if I create request, configure delivery process exercise. All right, so we have an customizing request, dummy, modifiable, and this is customizing task, and we choose it. All right, this is our transport request, where we can, if we have an installment, or focus build. They are some like some tool which is responsible for transporting all the transport requests the consultant does or the business user. So for now we just continue with our customizing task, and here hopefully that we have now the shipping point YL15. So we check all the dependency are correct. Shipping point Y15 check. If I double click on this, can we navigate it to something? No. If we go to structure, navigation, enter. Okay, so I'm pretty not sure about this task. Anyway, if we define a shipping point, we go to Y015. All right, this is now available or existing. So it has been copied from the Z15 shipping point. I think this is just one single table that we got pasted from the Z15. I think there's a lot of assignment and so much more in the background when we copy the shipping point. I mean, even the number range for all the about deliveries we created from the shipping point, etc. are also copied, even the assignment. We can have a look. This is something that I'm not sure, but could be interesting to look into it. If I now can I search for the Y015? Yes, you can see here. So a lot of hits when we search for the YL15. And yes, it is now available in the plan Hamburg. So we have not only copied the definition of the shipping point, we also copy all the relevant assignment and settings for that shipping point. Because to be honest, if you're going here and in the defined shipping point, search for the Z015 and copy S, we will eventually have a new shipping point page. It just look like this, and where we just change the name of the shipping point Z015 to Y015, but with that functionality only, we create only the shipping point definition, but we don't have the assignment, number ranges, everything, which we got related to the shipping point. So, which is really important that we now know. Next time when we create a shipping point based on some existing ones, we choose the copy, delete, and check shipping point instead of defining it. Alright, maybe one more thing. I need to change the name of the shipping point. Yeah, to 15 Express Shipment Hamburg. Right, click on save. Alright, and now we are safe. It's just a description. The shipping point name or code is still the same, Y015. So we now need to maintain the address screen for the shipping point that you have defined. Alright, this address screen. This is something that I got confused. What is the address screen? Does anybody know? You see, we have in the defined overview, we have an address. Okay. So what we should give it here, maintain the address screen for the shipping point. I don't have any title or name for now, but I think the sheet Address should be the same as the shipping point Z015. We check it and we copy and we save it again. Alright, I hope that the address is now maintained, which I'm not sure, but we can look into the solution later. Let's move on to the next one. Make sure the assignment. Alright. Yes, I think we have already checked it. We can have a look again. Based on this transaction. This is the transaction code, which is like a shortcut. We don't need to go through the SPRO, IMG, but just put in OVXC. You got directly to the assignment between plant and its shipping point. As you can see, we have the shipping point Y015, express shipment Hamburg, assigned already to the plant 1010 in Hamburg. So, which is a good one. If we now go to the table, search for the Y015, execute it, we have 204 number of plants to which this shipping point is assigned. So everything corrected. Let's have a short look into the solution. What is the role of the shipping point? It processes and monitors about deliveries. Each about delivery is uniquely assigned to one shipping point. Yes, as I said, once you create the ship about delivery with the V001 transaction, you always first need to enter the shipping point. And if we want to use the same point for inbound deliveries in you have to define it as a good receiving point. So a receiving point where we not only send the goods to the customer, but we also receive the goods from our supplier. Alright, to which plant set is plant 1010 and many more. So we need to go to customizing, definition, logistic execution, and choose copy, delete, and check shipping point, not define a shipping point. And we choose the organization object, copy object, and from shipping point to shipping point, everything correct. If the transport number range and addresses pop up window display, choose continue. Okay. So for the address, we defined it, choose the address button. Alright, let me have a look into the defined shipping point for Y015 again. So Y015, we go into the details and click on address. So in the edit address, Y015, choose copy and save your work. Alright. And then I think we have it now correctly, everything for the newly created shipping point Y015 express ship in Hamburg. Hopefully we created some outbound delivery later on for this shipping point. But yes, we will have a look. Yes, So thanks for watching. I hope that you have learned something new from this exercise. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment and I will find some time to answer it. So thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.